This investigation is AI-assisted. It analyzes public records, history, and open data. No private allegations are made, only a search for truth in the line between fact and folklore. Prepare to have your perception of Luton shattered. Forget what you think you know about this British town, because our AI has just uncovered a shocking truth. A legacy of organised crime that stretches back generations. Is it myth? Is it reality? From whispered stories of underworld dealings to AI-detected patterns hidden in police operations, court outcomes and transport links, we peel back the layers of secrecy. This is more than history. It's a living shadow. A narrative where crime, culture and community intertwine, challenging everything we thought we knew about Luton. Tonight, we ask the question, is there really a Mafia legacy shaping Luton's past, and maybe even its present? Why Luton? Why now? Luton sits at a crossroads, both literally and figuratively. Located in Bedfordshire, just north of London, its extensive transport links, by rail, road and air, have made it a strategic hub for movement, commerce and, as we discover, the shadowy business of organised crime. Through the years, stories have circulated of secret networks, clandestine meetings and illicit trades. But only recently have law enforcement operations begun to unravel the true scale of these activities. In 2021, Operation Costello marked a watershed moment for Bedfordshire Police and for Luton itself. The largest operation in the force's history, Costello led to the arrest of 51 individuals and the seizure of nearly 100 kilograms of Class A drugs, alongside more than £1 million in assets. For a town of Luton's size, these numbers are staggering. The haul speaks not only to the volume but also to the sophistication of the criminal networks operating in the region. This wasn't a handful of low-level dealers. It was a sprawling, coordinated group with reach and resources, leveraging Luton's position as a transport crossroads. Just 2 years later, in June 2023, the criminal underworld of Luton made headlines again. Mohammed Mokhtar Hossain, a 54-year-old ringleader, was sentenced to 10.5 years in prison for orchestrating a people smuggling operation. Hossain's network facilitated the illegal movement of hundreds of migrants into and out of the UK, using Luton's infrastructure as a gateway. The case demonstrated that organised crime in the town is not only entrenched but also evolving, adapting to new opportunities and vulnerabilities in a changing world. These high-profile cases are not isolated events. They're part of a pattern that extends back decades. But how deep does this shadow go? AI-assisted research, like that conducted by CM Vox and Vision, brings a new dimension to the investigation. By analysing public records, historical reporting, and open-source data, artificial intelligence can uncover connections that may have eluded traditional methods. It can trace patterns across time, linking operations, people, and places with a precision that was once impossible. What does the data reveal? AI analysis of police records, court outcomes, and transport data points to several key factors. First, Luton's strategic location makes it a natural target for county lines drug networks, criminal groups that move drugs and money along transport corridors, exploiting vulnerable communities. Second, the town's diverse population and vibrant cultural scene, while sources of strength, can also mask complex social dynamics where criminal networks operate in the shadows, blending myth with reality. But here's where the investigation gets complicated. The word mafia is loaded, conjuring images of cinematic mob bosses and shadowy cabals. In Luton, as in other British towns, the term is often used loosely, sometimes to describe loose networks of criminals, sometimes to evoke a sense of intrigue. AI analysis can help separate fact from fiction, but it can also be misled by patterns that look convincing but lack real substance. It's essential to distinguish between hard evidence, arrests, convictions, asset seizures, and the folklore that grows around every infamous case. Crime and culture are deeply intertwined in Luton. The legacy of organised crime is not just about drugs or people smuggling, It's about how stories shape perception, how communities process trauma, and how myth can sometimes obscure the truth. AI can map networks and trace transactions, but it cannot fully capture the human cost or the cultural resonance of these stories. It's here, in the interplay between data and lived experience, that the real complexity of Luton's underworld emerges. So what does a 2025 reality check look like? The latest police operations and court cases paint a picture of a town still grappling with organised crime. Law enforcement is adapting, integrating AI and data-driven methods to stay ahead of increasingly sophisticated networks. The community is responding too, demanding transparency, accountability, and a clear distinction between myth and reality. The AI-assisted investigation by CM Vox and Vision aims to provide just that, a careful, nuanced analysis, grounded in verifiable evidence, but alert to the dangers of overinterpretation. As we weigh the evidence, the verdict remains open. There is no question that Luton has faced significant challenges from organised crime. The scale of recent operations, the diversity of criminal enterprises, and the persistent rumours of Mafia-style networks all suggest that the town's underworld is real and evolving. But the legacy is not just criminal, it is cultural, shaped by decades of myth-making and the stories people tell about their town. AI can help us see the hidden patterns, but it cannot replace the need for human judgment, community engagement, and critical scrutiny. So we turn the question over to you. Do you believe Luton has a hidden Mafia legacy? Or is it just urban myth? Should AI be trusted to uncover hidden connections? Or can it create false patterns leading us astray? What other towns or cities should we investigate next? Luton's story is not just about crime, it's about the ongoing battle between fact and folklore, technology and tradition, secrecy and transparency. As we move forward into 2025, the search for truth continues, guided by both the precision of artificial intelligence and the wisdom of human insight. The living shadow of Luton's underworld may never fully disappear, but with each investigation, with each new revelation, we move closer to understanding where myth ends and reality begins.